Hi everybody, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. Let's pull it up here on my iPad. Let me see here. If I can. Oh shoot, okay. Okay, everybody have a good weekend. I did, it just was not long enough. Let me see, I'm almost done here. Okay, good deal. Let's see, where'd it go? I lost it. I had it. Okay. I think we're ready to go now. Welcome, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, time for Stamping with Denise. And I hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. It's not long enough. I'd always like an extra day. I kind of sometimes envy my friends that work 4 10-hour days and get that extra day off during the week. But then, again, sometimes it's nice to go home at the end of the day, if you know what I mean. Okay. Just as a reminder, please share my video and comment shared down below in the comments, and you might get a chance to win the project that I'm working on tonight. Our winner from last week, if you recall, I made this cute card. Remember I called it stamping optional, and this one is going to go to Doris Rogers. So Doris, I'll be sending that out to you. I'll have to get your address. So I'll send you a private message, and you can send me, let me know how to get that to you. And I'll probably include an extra card in there. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And it's important that you comment that you shared, because if we're not friends, I can't see if you shared. There were some people that shared last week, but they didn't comment that they shared, so I don't know who they were. So please do that. Also, if the comments at the bottom of the screen are in your way, just slide them over to the right and they'll go out of your way. If you want them back, you can slide them back to the left. Okay, we are going to get started tonight, and I'm going to put the phone up in the holder and we'll get going here. Hang tight. I just realized that I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so we'll hope that nobody calls me. I'm trying to get my cords out of the way here. They don't want to cooperate. Because if I go do it now, I don't know, it might end my video, and I don't want to do that. So, we'll keep our fingers crossed. And let me get this card here. Put this out of the way. We thought we had summer here in Michigan. We had a couple days this past week since I was last with you where we had some sunshine. But today we're back to rain. The weekend was beautiful for the most part. So today I'm going to use the Free as a Bird stamp set. You may have seen a lot of demonstrators using it online. I like it, and something I'm going to get a lot of use out of. I like the sentiments. We're the best of friends. Thanks for being you. Hello. The world needs more of you. Thank you. And your friendship means the world to me. So I think it's a very versatile set, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. And I don't know, the cling stamps came out in January. Have you seen those? They are just wonderful. Now, these stamps cling on here like nobody's business. And sometimes you have to be careful pulling them up. But yeah, they're not going anywhere, but they do stick on to the case and to the blocks very well. So let me put this over to the side and show you what we're going to work on. A card with one of the new colors. This is the Seaside spray. And I promise I'm going to do something different. It seems like I keep using Seaside spray. It just happens. I don't know. I was in the middle of it and I was going to change it, and I thought, no, but the bird's going to be blue, so I'm going to stay with Seaside spray. This is some of our new Stampin' Up! The ribbon, scalloped linen ribbon. It comes in all of the colors of all of the in colors, the Seaside spray, terracotta tile, purple posy, peacock, the peacock, what's that called? Yeah, pretty peacock. So did I get them all? Pretty peacock, purple posy, Seaside spray, rococo rose, and terracotta tile. That's the 5 colors. So it's really nice. It's a little bit stiff, especially when you're tying these bows, but the nice thing is once you get it where you want it, it's not going anywhere. And I think, you know what, you could even use this opposite side of the ribbon. You know, the one side has the color, but I think if you wanted, you could even use it just like that. And I like that. I like that side. So may have to play with that a little bit. You may be aware Stampin' Up! Carries these 6x6 stacks of designer series paper. There's one for both sets of in colors, and then there's one for the brights, the regals, the bolds, the neutrals, and whatever the other. Well, anyway, there's one for each color family. So this is the one for the in colors, and I thought I'd show you here. Let me pull out the terracotta tile sheets. Okay, it uses, there's, how many pieces? There's 40 sheets. So for each color, this is the terracotta tile, you're gonna get 4 sheets of that, and 4 sheets with this this design. But there's actually 4 designs, because then this you flip over and it's gingham, and this you flip over and it's some writing. So you're going to get 8 sheets of each color, 4 of each design combination. So they're real nice, and they, like I said, they have them for both of the in color families as well as all of our traditional color families. So check those out. They're nice to have for when you're working on projects. And for tonight, you can see with this, I used our stitched nested labels. There's 8 of these hexagonals, and then 1 that will emboss the stitching in a straight line, which I think that is going to be very handy. I haven't used it yet, but I think it's going to be handy. The only thing, it's always hard when I'm trying to tell somebody which framelit I used or which die I used to describe. So I think what I'm going to have to do on these is like maybe measure them from end to end and tell you which size I use. Like for this card here, I use this die, and this is the one that's 4.5 inches from point to point. So anyway, okay, so let's get started. Our inks today are Seaside spray, the Memento black. We're using some blends. I've got the light crumb cake. This is the lifter. These are the Balmy blue. And I probably should have used the Seaside spray, but let me tell you, they just came in the mail today. They're in a box behind me that I haven't opened up yet. So I used Balmy blue, and I don't think they're bad at all. And then this is the dark Daffodil Delight. Again, all of this will be in the directions underneath the video. So this is a piece of our Seaside spray. It's half of an 8.5 by 11, so that makes this direction 5. It's 8.5 by 5.5. You fold it in half, and that's your card base. Super simple. So let me fold that down. Get my bone folder here. Okay, and you can see we have some flowers kind of stamped here in the corners, so I'm going to do that. This is one of the flowers out of the stamp set, and I'm going to put a couple of those up here. that. This is really simple. And I have got some fun projects for you for next week. I can't wait. I've got a 3-dimensional project I'll show you how to do. A fun box. And actually it uses these nesting dies, so make sure you come back. Okay, so we're all done here with the Seaside spray. Let me close that up. Hey, I learned something this week. An interesting way to open it up. You know, I've always just opened it like this, like a compact. But I saw someone open it like that. Whoops, that was a little bit, they kind of pinched the back here and opened it up. So that was another way if you have a hard time or maybe you have long nails. That might be an alternative for you. So, you know what? Before I stamp, we'll go ahead and attach. This is a piece of that Designer Series paper that I showed you. I don't have the size right in front of me. Let's see. It's 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And again, measurements will be on the below the video when it gets posted. And just kind of put that in the middle here. Kind of evenly spaced between the two. Okay, there we go. Now I don't know if you can see behind here. There's a little strip of vellum. Okay, if you're not familiar, it's just kind of a clear paper. It's not clear, but it is translucent. You can see through it. This piece is 5 inches by 1 inch, and we're just tearing the end off of each end. Just gives it a little bit of a different look. I know tearing paper used to be a big thing a few years ago. I don't see too many people doing it anymore, but you know what? That's okay for this. Now, one thing people don't like about working with vellum is it's hard to attach it and not see the adhesive. I don't know if you can see that adhesive strip or not through that vellum. I can see it. You may not. It may be hard to see on camera. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at my screen. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So whenever you're using vellum, sometimes you have to be strategic in terms of where you put your adhesive and make sure it's going to be covered up, as this will be. So that's absolutely okay right there. And let me set that off to the side, and we're going to color. We're going to stamp, and we are going to color our bird. Again, we want to use the Memento ink with our alcohol markers, our blends. It can be kind of confusing, but let's see. Let's put this right about here. There we go. This over here. And my words, it says, the world needs more of you. Sometimes it can be tricky when you are trying to fit the 2 items in a designated size space, but I think that worked okay. Let me put that out of the way here. Okay, so I think what I'll do, well, we'll get the easy part done. I'll do his beak first. And I'll just use, remember we got 2 ends. We have kind of a brush tip, and then we have a more harder tip, which is better for larger areas. Let me tell you, on this brush tip, you do not want to press down, okay? You want to be just kind of use a light hand for a couple reasons. 1, you'll break down the paintbrush end on your brush, and 2, it bleeds more. So that's something you have to be careful with. And you know what I'll do? I'll go ahead and use the light crumb cake and kind of give this bird a little bit of ground to stand on. There we go. No real rhyme or reason. Okay, so this is my light balmy blue. I'm going to use my brush end all along the outside. And you're like, wait, he's two different colors. Don't you want to use the dark there? I could, but you know what? There's nothing that says I can't go light over it, you know, over the whole bird, and then go darken in the areas I want to darken in. So there we go. I think I've got the edges covered. Whoops, no I didn't. I missed some here. So that's what I tend to do is color the whole thing light and then go over it with dark. I just think I get better more of the look I'm looking for. So if you're just joining me, welcome. Please share my video and comment below that you shared so that I know you've shared. And my winner from last week was Doris Rogers. Welcome, congratulations, Doris. Okay. If any of you are local to me here in Michigan, I'm having my BOGO, my buy one get one sale on all my retired stuff during the weekend of my July classes. And what that means is you pick out the retired product you want. It's priced at catalog price, and then you get that much out of the new catalog for free. So essentially what you're doing is you're paying for the new stuff and you get the retired stuff for free. So if you're interested in checking out what I have, you're looking for something, you know, let me know. I'll let you know where I'm at, and we can find time that you can come by and take a peek. Okay, so I'm just kind of taking care of this bird here, kind of put it in the dark, but I want to blend it a little bit, especially in around his cheek there. So that's where this lifter pen, not only does the lifter pen help you when you're trying to, like if you color outside the line and you want to clean it up a little bit, if you're trying to blend two colors, you can use that. And so it makes my line here a little less defined. You can pick up a little color off of him too, so he's not quite so. But I think that looks pretty nice. Really simple, just takes some practice, and you can't be afraid to experiment. So careful when you use your alcohol markers, they will seep through to the back, so you have to be careful what you put it on. But that's all there was to that simple little bird. So, and really I think this card, where's my base, could be used for just about any occasion. It all depends what sentiment you want to put on it. So I'm going to put the little bird right about so. Let's see. How does that? The only thing, my little bit of OCD, because I've got stripes on my paper, I kind of want to make sure I'm lined up. If they weren't stripes, probably wouldn't make one bit of difference. So we talked about, now it's time for the, what do they call this again? The scalloped linen ribbon. I made a bow to put on here. I did that ahead of time because I didn't think you guys wanted to watch that. Like I said, this ribbon's a little bit stiffer. It's got some advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is it doesn't slide around, but the disadvantage is it doesn't slide around too much. So you kind of have to work with it, and it took me a couple minutes to get my bows about like I wanted. So I'm going to use a glue dot here and put it right about, I don't want it to cover up his face, so I'm going to put it kind of like that. So you just kind of have to play with it, and because it's one-sided, you'll have to twist one of the ends so that you have the edging on both. But there we go. A really nice, simple card, can be used for lots of occasions, and that's using the Free as a Bird stamp set. And our theme on this was this, the color was the soft sea foam, right? That's what it's called. Or Seaside Spray. Soft sea foam's a light green. Seaside Spray, that's what we used. So I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. If you're interested in any of my local classes, let me know. I can get you a schedule. I'd love to have you come. I have a great group of ladies that comes and stamps. And if there's anything you need, let me know. I'll be glad to help you. Any questions, anything like that. So y'all have a great Monday evening, and I hope to see you next week here, 8 p.m. Eastern, for Stamping with Denise. And don't forget to comment that you share my video and comment shared. Bye, everybody. Have a great evening. See you next week.